Hey crafters, welcome to another thrift flip project. Today's thrifting and flipping adventure has a theme to it that I'm really excited about. Today's projects are all about fruit theme. I'm really enjoying the fruit trend. I mean, this trend seems to come back every now and then, but like cute home accessories based on fruit, cute fabrics. I really enjoy the colors, honestly, and then the natural shapes used in graphic design. Just really pretty, really fun. There's a lot of like just fun energy to it, so I've been enjoying that for sure. And I did find a few things while thrifting that are gonna fit right into the fruit trend. I actually thrifted 2 t-shirts that are a little tutti fruity, and both of those t-shirts could use a little DIY love. So that's what we're gonna do today. If you've been with us before on some of our projects, you know I love taking things I got secondhand or maybe even for free and flipping them or upcycling them into something that maybe fits my body a little better or just fits my sense of style and my life. In today's project, I'll show you what I'm thinking of for both of these t-shirts, and we'll see if we can't just change them up a little bit into something even more fun, even more cute. Let's get ourselves a nice cold fruity beverage and roll up our crafty sleeves. I get started. Well, isn't that a cute t-shirt? Oh my gosh, I love the graphic design on this. Of course, I got really excited when I found this at the thrift store because I knew we could do something cute with it. Only problem is, it is definitely a cropped boxy t-shirt, and it's a little shorter than I would normally wear. So, of course, you know what we could do, right? We could add fabric and turn this into a t-shirt dress. I love this project. I do it every summer. It's just fun and pretty easy. So let's go for it. The only problem is this t-shirt is kind of an interesting color combination. It's a very pale, light grayish blue for the background. And then, of course, the graphic printing is very gray. And so everything that I have looked through in my fabric stash and also some fabric I ordered online, especially for this project, all came up too bright colored. It just didn't work with these really muted tones until I found this remnant. It's kind of a, I don't know, bubbly printed batik. It's got a little blue in there. It's got a little navy. It's got some gray. Definitely a little more subtle than what I usually go for, but maybe subtle is the direction we're going in today. I think this fabric's going to work. I don't have very much of it, but I think we can do it. Let's take a look at what I'm thinking. Okay, so here's our fabric. It is folded in half. I've only got about maybe 1.25 yards or so of fabric. I think that's going to be just enough to cut that fabric in half, kind of like it's folded right now. And then I would sew the side seams together
we'll get a big circle or big donut of fabric. Then I can do some gathering stitches all across the top of what will be then our skirt. Gather that fabric in. And then sew it to the bottom of the shirt. I think I might also trim the width of the fabric just a little bit, at least, I don't know, maybe 3-4 inches. I don't think I need it to be quite this wide, but also I might want to have a little bit of extra fabric just in case I want to sew a bit of fabric around like the armband of the t-shirt, just for a little, to bring the fabric up that way a little bit, a little detailing. I don't know, we'll see. I don't think I need quite that much width, so I think I will trim it off a little bit. Of course, I got to do some ironing before I can do that, and then we'll do some cutting, we'll do some sewing, and yeah, let's get started. And with that, you guys, we basically have a dress. It took a little while, but we did get that skirt gathered and pinned to the t-shirt top. I always forget a little too late to mark those center front. See my little blue marker there? Center front and center back of both the skirt and the top. That really helps me line up the skirt and the top and gather things evenly. Of course, we're using the side seams as a guide as well. You saw on the inside, I did end up stitching that skirt on twice, or just stitching that seam twice. And of course, I've been doing a zigzag stitch over all the raw edges on the inside just to help out. So we got a couple more things to do to finish this dress off. We need to hem the skirt. So I'm trying to decide if I really want to do a narrow rolled hem at the bottom, or I even thought about putting on some like double fold bias tape. So making kind of a gray binding all around that bottom edge. Wondered if that might look cute. I'm not sure. We'll see. If I don't do that, I will just do a really narrow rolled hem because I don't want to lose a lot of length on this dress. Also, need to talk about our sleeves, and I have been prepping some of our strips of fabric here to bind our sleeves. So let's take a look at that up close. Well, here's some of that fabric I trimmed off of the skirt. This guy is about 2¼ inches wide. I basically held up some fabric to my sleeves and just played around with, well, how much do I want if I was going to basically encase the sleeve edge with the skirt fabric. And this is about the measurement I came up with. This guy is a little too long. I need to trim him down. But you can tell I have measured in about 1 inch on each side and then iron that down. So these ironed edges are about 1/2 inch or so. I want to treat this kind of like double fold bias tape and use this as kind of a taco to sandwich the edge of the sleeve in. And I don't know, hopefully make it cute. We'll see. Of course, I'm not adding this around the neckline because this fabric does not stretch. And if I sew it to the neckline, that neck isn't going to stretch and I won't be able to get it on my head. So let's talk sleeves. I started to do one. You can see I sewed the contrast fabric into a tube and I made sure my edges were ironed under again all nice. I've pinned this on a little funny just because I kind of want you to see. If I pin on our fabric and stitch in the ditch that I just created, pretend the pins are stitches, then I can pull out our, I'm going to call it binding. Yeah, it's binding. And then we could roll under this edge on the inside and stitch it down and we'll have a nice little edge. So I think it's going to work. I need to repin this though, so my pins are going the right direction. And then stitch it down. I will probably end up stitching this edge on the inside. I'll probably end up just slip stitching that by hand just so I don't do anything particularly messy showing and all that. So, need to repin this, need to make this guy into a circle for the other sleeve and add it on. Let's get going. And with that, you guys, we have ourselves a finished t-shirt dress. Oh my goodness, I am really enjoying this one. I love how the fabric goes together with the t-shirt. I think that's really fun, even though it is a little bit more subtle than I normally go for. I'm also enjoying that we used non-stretchy cotton fabric for the skirt this time. Oftentimes I'll use a knit fabric along with the knit t-shirt, and that makes a fully knit dress. Very comfy, very cute, but this time, since we used the non-stretchy fabric, it definitely makes kind of a fuller skirt. It's a little bit poofier, just a tiny bit more cutesy, so a lot of fun, and of course, really breathable. Also really love the cuff on the sleeves. I think that really helps tie everything together and make it look intentional, not just a t-shirt with extra fabric. So I really am enjoying this and I can't wait to wear it. So what does our t-shirt say? Enjoy the pleasures of nature. Let me put an outfit together and I'll show you what she looks like once I get outside. t-shirt so much. Okay, cute slogan, but it also has cute fruit. Yes, please sign me up. The only drawback with this adorable t-shirt is that it is kind of a yellow cream color in the background there. And that color does not work on me, unfortunately. So, you know what we gotta do, right? Let's just dye it. And hopefully dye it kind of a pastel color so the base color of the shirt will change, but hopefully we'll still be able to easily read the writing. Well, why don't we use one of my favorites? How about a little Petal Pink? I think that would be so cute. Kind of make the shirt, hopefully a pastel pink, and then still have the red lettering pop. Oh my gosh, that's my plan. Since this shirt is cotton, it should take the dye pretty well. So I'm aiming to use maybe about a third or a little bit less of that bottle. I don't need it to be super bright. I'd rather it be pastel. So that's the plan. I'll be following package directions as always, and I'll be doing this in my sink, filling that sink up, hot water. The directions say add a little salt and some dish soap for this fiber content. Add the dye, and then of course we'll be getting the garment wet, putting that in the dye and mixing it around, stirring it pretty regularly until we got the color we want. After that, we'll drain the shirt and then bring in some fixative. And we'll mix up a little solution of that with some more hot water and get the shirt in there for about 20 minutes to try to lock in that color before I rinse out the shirt and launder it. That sounds like a plan, guys. So let's head on over to the kitchen laboratory and enjoy the good day for tie-dyeing. Here we go. Wow, guys. This has only been in for, gosh, less than 10 minutes. Maybe like 7 minutes. And it's actually looking really good. I feel like this is the color I want. It's definitely vibrant, but hopefully still light enough to let the words show up. I don't think I want to leave this in here too much longer. I think I might stir it for like 1 more minute and then get it out. I'll refill this sink with hot water and part of a bottle of dye fixative and let that sit for 20 minutes before I can wash this thing. So, wow, this one went a little quicker than I thought, but I think I like it. Cool, let's do that. Wow, guys. Well, our color transformation is complete. And this color combination is making me so happy. I will say, I was originally picturing a slightly lighter pink color for the background. However, when I filmed the shirt and showed you that I was taking it out of the dye and I thought it was ready to go, well, I pulled it out and I realized that there was kind of a whitish patch. It was really weird. It was like right under the arm. And thankfully there wasn't much else white anywhere else on the shirt, but just that one weird spot. So I had to put it back in the dye for several minutes and stirred it around a lot to try to deal with that. So it got a little darker than I'd originally intended, but hey, don't make my same mistakes, guys. Even if you're dyeing something only for a really short time and it seems to be soaking up the dye, you gotta stir it more than you think you need to. And I think that was my problem, but I was grateful that I could get it back in the dye and kind of fix that problem. And it is a little harder to read the words now, but it's pretty darn cute. Oh, I gotta show you the back too. Hang on a second. Ah, there are 2 cherries on the back. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I think this shirt is gonna go really well with a whole bunch of my other fruit-themed stuff, so let me show you the outfit I'm thinking of. Oh my gosh, it goes with my new shorts. Okay, it's making my day. If you guys missed my cherry denim adventure video series, check that out because I bought 5 yards of this adorable denim and these shorts are one of the things I made. This is an older project. You guys might have remembered several years ago I sewed patches all over this thrifted backpack, and there's definitely some fruit going on here, so I think I'm gonna have to wear these guys together. And of course, you guys, if you get behind color coding and cherry coating all of your favorite clothes, maybe make them yourself or change them up from the thrift store, hey, give this video a big thumbs up, will ya? And consider subscribing for more fun stuff from Partners in Craft. Thank you guys for coming along on the journey and hope you join us for more crafting adventures. I think it's time to go get some fruit, so let's go.